You're so tough! Take me on! With pleasure!
Hello once again, my chickadees. Game & Chick is back again with another review. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Atari and Digital Eclipse for providing me the game in order to make this review possible. Thank you very much. So now with all that having been said, let's go. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is the latest stroll down the old nostalgia lane, and it is developed and published by Digital Eclipse. With nostalgia being a huge thing at the moment with people like myself yearning for the days of old in the 1990s, Digital Eclipse decided to take a page out of Shredder's Revenge and give that same treatment to the Power Rangers franchise. But is it the right time to revive these teenagers with attitudes, or should another franchise have been the focus instead? Only one way to find out, so let's morph into action! It's time to morph into action with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. In what is promised to be a tribute to our nostalgia and trying to blend the classic 90s aesthetic and vibe to fit a more contemporary modern day and age of gameplay, Digital Eclipse tries to give longtime fans of Power Rangers the feel-good feeling we all remember from watching our teenagers with attitude hang out at their favorite juice bar. Only this time we won't be bullied by a Bulkin skull. Here in Rita's Rewind, the game puts you in an adventure and timeline where Robo-Rita teams up with her past self in order to manipulate and change history, which goes hand in hand with the Netflix special Once and Always. Honestly, this path they took for the story actually works out perfectly and makes more sense than just rehashing games like we got back on Super Nintendo and Genesis, and gives it more of a Shredder's Revenge direction that tribute games took with the TMNT property. Tonight we dine on turtle soup? Nope, today we dine in the Cultural Food Festival. Just without spicy radish. Our bellies can't take that type of abuse, right, Pudgy Pig? By allowing us as players to be taken back to the golden age of not only TV, but also video games, and mixing it with modern changers, it gives players a mix of your typical brawling action and incorporates on-rail shooting to the mix as well, alongside driving sequences. Which the driving sequences just give you huge nostalgia and make you think back to the days of seeing all the Zords come together when they came out of the pits, from the snow, from volcanoes, and make their epic way to each other and connect into one giant Megazord. It was awesome. But did you ever notice how stupid Kimberly's pterodactyl was? It literally has one of the most epic entrances, coming out of a volcano like it's Rodan from the Godzilla universe, and then runs directly into a tree. What a clumsy Zord. Even Putty Troll aren't that clumsy, and they just run around going boo all day. Oh well, still not as embarrassing as watching Billy try to learn how to dance, so I guess it gets let off the hook this time, I suppose. But we're way off topic now, so back to action! At the core of Rita's Rewind lives the very top tier of beat-em mechanics that feel refined and perfected and replicates the old-school feel of what the genre at its height used to be. Confronting waves of putties or even Tingas makes you feel like it's a blast from the past, with the original TV series and the first movie with you remembering all the good stuff you missed previously. Like the Black Plague! The Spanish Inquisition! The Brady Bunch reunion. Well, maybe just the Brady Bunch reunion, not the other two. With all the classic Rangers playable, whether you want to be Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, Kimberly, or even later on Tommy, you will be able to pick whichever fan favorite you wish to be, and each different Ranger boasting their own unique abilities to use that are similar to the powers they use in the actual television series as well, which is pretty dang awesome. Although, it would be even more awesome with some hip-hop keto thrown into the mix. While it's definitely leaning on nostalgia for sure, it does distinguish itself from other beat-em-ups on the market, even when compared to the bar setting of Shredder's Revenge as previously mentioned, by having a fluid shift from terrestrial combat on the ground, punching, kicking, slicing, and jumping around like a crazy person, just hearing the phrase "Yo!" in your head 500 times because the 90s ruined you into thinking that's how all punching and kicking sounds due to Tommy Oliver when he fights. And then the show also making you believe that you can actually fight, and you end up getting jumped by a group of people you challenged. thanks, Zordon. Where the heck was my Morpher for that situation? Big, bald, interdimensional being and a test tube aside, going from standard beat-em-up fighting on terrain and then finally being able to control your own Zord in full-on Gundam-level fights in first-person mode just feels awesome, and it's something that we as fans have wanted in this fashion for a very long time. And being able to finally control the Megazord ourselves gives us way more immersion and a good amount of cinematic flair that doesn't happen too much in these retro-inspired titles, since companies usually play it safe and don't take much risk. Being able to go first-person mode for me was epic every time, because come on, who wouldn't want to punch Goldar in the face? Or take on the show's iconic villains like Guy and his body made of eyes, who's lucky Rita didn't cross over with the Mario universe. Otherwise Wario would come in and fart and give him pink eye. Or even take on the girlfriend-snatching Madame Woe and Spooky Bones. The game truly makes you feel like you're part of the Power Rangers universe. Even beyond the addicting gameplay, I honestly feel the storyline here in Rita's Rewind is where I feel the game gets its footing truly correct and going in a different route than the normal nostalgia-based creations would go. Usually in games trying to trigger on nostalgia, they'll do a rehash of levels or scenes you've already played or done before to an annoying degree. Think of Sonic and Green Hill Zone, and the 500 times that's thrown into our faces every new Sonic entry. Well, except in Sonic Forces, when
Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill right now.
Dang it, Sonic, the cringe. Now I know why I dislike Sonic Forces more than I thought. By using time travel for its plot with Robo Rita trying to work with normal Rita to try to change the timeline, you get handed both humor and heart, and it makes the exploration through these eras of Power Rangers entertaining, engaging, nostalgic, and a ton of fun, especially when you throw in great voice acting that gives depth to the characters you play as for more added immersion. One thing missing throughout this, though, was Bulk and Skull in every other segment getting themselves into mischief with their iconic theme, or being able to full fly around in the rad bug that Billy created. Now that I think about it, how the heck did Billy even create a freaking flying car anyways? Kid is like 15 or 16 in the show and just casually building flying cars, body-swapping machines, and molecular transmission devices. Dude is a genius of that level and still enters high school science fairs just to stunt on everyone. What a jerk you are, Billy. You're lucky I don't just push you off a cliff, you scared of heights baby. Whoa.
Alpha. My power morpher.
Overall, at the end of the day, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind ends up being a heartfelt homage for all of us as Power Rangers fans. Though it does have its issues that people will contend with, such as a $35 price tag for a game of this stature that will come down to how you wish to use your wallet. Other than that, I really can't find any overall glaring flaws that tarnish the game to a degree where I would tell people to stay away. With its addicting beat-em-up style, on-rail excitement gameplay, first-person fighting, classic characters brought to life once again, the original cast of characters playable in this title, a fun and unique story to the Power Rangers timeline that doesn't just rehash the same old and keeps everything feeling fresh, etc. If you're a Power Rangers fan or a nostalgia junkie in general who likes old-school beat-em-ups with a high-quality twist, then I definitely suggest checking this one out, $35 price tag or not. So with all that having been said, my verdict is clear. Game and Chick says bye now.
Yeah!